You can catch that entire interview with Congressman Eric Cantor on Israel Television's Ra'im program on Channel 1 later tonight at 9. Well, unlike Congressman Cantor, Gidy Grinstein, founder of the Rאות Institute, says that the Palestinian push for statehood is a good thing for Israel. Grinstein claims that if the Palestinians had not promoted this initiative, Israel might have. Take a listen.
I'm not sure that we can prevent the motion in the UN, but I know that there are a lot of benefits to Israel from this motion in the UN, so I will not be surprised if, as we move closer and closer to this date, there will be some sort of a political deal. It could be before or after. But Israel has a lot to gain, not just to lose, and therefore there is a deal out there for us to strike with them.
What do you mean that Israel has a lot to gain? Because it sounds sort of counterintuitive.
The scenario where a Palestinian state comes into being in the West Bank, de facto in provisional borders, is the only scenario within which we begin to shape permanent status when we control all the security parameters. That's number one. Number two, this is the best avenue for us to dilute the refugee problem, since there is no prospect of resolving it in the foreseeable future. We pinned down the two-state solution, which is another major achievement that has been a goal by all previous governments, including this government. This will give us an opportunity to strengthen Jerusalem, because today we have this, abnormal situation where the American embassy to Israel is in Tel Aviv, but the American diplomatic mission to the Palestinians is in Jerusalem. So if the Palestinians have their state, the diplomatic delegation could actually be in Ramallah as opposed to Jerusalem. So there are a lot of benefits out there for us. And I think that part of the reason why we are so against it is because the Palestinians are driving it, and the Palestinians are driving it because we are against it. And I could totally imagine a world where if the Palestinians did not initiate it, Israel would have brought forward this motion to actually recognize the Palestinian Authority as a state, because it makes sense for Israel as well. So we are in this very, very strange political situation, and therefore I would not take for granted that this is I would not take as a foregone conclusion that we're heading to a clash, to a head-on conflict.
Do you believe that Israel will face many challenges if a Palestinian state is declared? You mentioned many of the benefits, and Israel will maybe not have to negotiate on a lot of those hot topic issues that have been avoided for so long, but are there potential ramifications of such a move?
For sure. It will make our life much more difficult in the international arena, diplomatically speaking. There are a lot of inherent rights of states that we'll have to deal with. But there are also a lot of benefits. And this is one of these situations where there are advantages and disadvantages for both sides. And this is why there is a deal out there to be made. And that's why I'm not so sure that there will be a conflict.
Turning to Libya, where rebel forces have recaptured the